Hey guys, happy Saturday. Hey guys. Hey y'all, happy Saturday. Good to have a good weekend. And it's so crazy because I literally have to go and get that tooth put in. I literally paid for a couple years ago. I had, a lot of work done where there were some dental imperfections. All my teeth are real in the front and in the top, and in the bottom. All my teeth are actually real. There's just one tooth that fell down the side that I had to get replaced, and then another one over here too, because I suffered from overcrowding when I was younger. But I never had that snaggle tooth, like the tooth that's always out here. I never had that. I just had teeth that needed to be more spaced out, and they got more spaced out as I got older. I actually never needed braces, so I'm glad for that. Anyway, I just came here because I wanted to talk about Lizzo, and I wanted to talk about Lizzo just embarrassing herself again. And the crazy thing about it is that there really haven't been that many women bashing Lizzo since the thong thing. I felt that a lot of people came to her defense, actually. It's so crazy how it seems like people were bashing her, but really it was just a couple of people who were just questioning her choices as a young Black woman who is trying to promote a healthy body image, or not necessarily a healthy image. It does, oh my gosh, positive body image does coincide with a healthy body image. So that's why, I said it like that, because I guess I make it coincide, but it does coincide. And so, I think she really is starting to realize that, like, people aren't here for the shits. She's starting to really embarrass herself as a Black woman. She started to really, and she could say whatever she wants about money and having money and being able to do whatever she wants, which is wonderful. I've had plenty of money in my life, and I will have a lot of money going forward in my life because I've been blessed with talents far superior to Lizzo's. So I don't think too hard about her because she's not a distraction from my plan per se. But what I will say is this, and this is shea butter, of course. What I will say is this: I feel bad for Lizzo. I feel bad for her because she'll never be able to come back from what she did last night. I mean, we were giving her passes all month. Pretty much 2020 has been, I would say 2020, the first month of 2020 has been giving Lizzo passes. And I feel like it's because we want her to be successful. We want her to succeed. We want her to continue to reach for the stars and attain her goals. But how dare she? Like, this last week has been so sad, and it's proven to me. I have so much water. It's proven to me. It's apple juice and water, guys. It's proven to me that Lizzo is not a true artist. I know she says that she's a true artist, but true artists have a message and they want something to be out and they want people to know something about them aside from I can play the flute and twerk at the same time. And I feel bad for her because she knows damn well that she doesn't really look good. Like, damn, I don't even know. Let me see something. It's like, how do I do that so that you guys can see? Because I don't know if I can do that. If I could. I don't know how to share the screen with you. I got to get better. Guys, I'm new, so I have to get better at, like, figuring out how to do things. And plus, I'm kind of like, I think there are some tips, but I'm just so busy. I don't have time. But what I will do is I will pull up. As a matter of fact, let me go get my phone and I'll pull up the phone so you guys can see just how clownly she looks. And on my level up journey, guys, I really have been keeping up with my parents every day in terms of getting back to who I was a couple years ago before Skenzo, when I was pretty much like on my shit, 23, 24, 25, on my shit, just looking the most beautiful I can. And so that's what you see now. It's like no more games. You're not going to catch me doing any more lives, looking a hot mess, unless I'm just tired that day or have my period. That's different. But right now, we're winning. So why would I want to disrespect the image of Black women by coming out here and looking a hot mess in front of you guys? So let me show you guys. What the fuck? This one may not be the best even to show y'all. Hold on. Okay, guys. I have two phones, and I think I'd rather show the one that's just not as. And as you can see, my baby's still on my phone. You know, like he's still right there, like he never left. Because I want to show you guys the, I want to show you guys the picture. And I guess I could pre-record these videos, but I think it's more fun to just cut ass off the rip. Like, these recorded videos are for the people that have got thousands and thousands of followers already. Like, I had some recorded videos too, but I'm just gonna sit in front of this computer screen and give you my unadulterated opinion on the state of doofiness, as Joe Budden would say. Like a woman who is completely so doofy, but she thinks she's winning. But I guess we have to applaud her because she's Black. But and look, I've been looking at more important things than Lizzo. Let me see. Fall. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to. Hey, I don't mean to pause on you guys, but I'm really trying to. Let me see if I can get a better one. It says her strappy gold bikini, like it was a pair of. They do it like the way they say it, it's like almost a mockery. Her strappy gold bikini. And I'm not hating on her. How could you hate on a woman? Okay, here's one thing. No woman that knows she looks good can hate on another woman. Hey girl, what's up? I'm gonna show these pictures of Queen Lizzo. And just because you guys deserve to see the fuckery. I don't even know if you can see that, but I'm going to post it in the beginning of this thing as a thumbnail. I really am. You guys have to see these things. I mean, I feel bad for her because she literally feels like she's Nicki Minaj, but she knows damn well that she looks more like Rikishi. And it's like, damn, you can't see that. Shit, I have to do better. Anyway. The point is, she's out here thinking she's having a hot girl summer or whatever the fuck she's doing. Meanwhile, all of her dancers, they have amazing bodies. Like, she literally has an amazing team of bad bitches around her, and she is humiliating herself by, like, literally these pictures. And the thing is, it's like if we say the wrong things, now we're hating on her. But it's like, no one hates on you. Nobody wants to look like you. I mean, who the fuck? It's a joke. A full-on joke, guys. Like, it's a full-on joke. Like, not even like, If I do, I pull it. Yes, if I put it down, there we go. If I put the shine on my phone down, you guys can see it better. There goes Lizzo. Now that picture's actually not so bad because we're dealing with the front. But when we start dealing with, I have a screen protector that's fucked up on my phone. But if we start dealing with the back now, and I show you guys what she looked like from the back, I feel like, damn, like, what did we do? Did we do something wrong by over-sexualizing the Black woman's image? Did we do something absolutely? Because I work out and I take care of myself, and that's my responsibility to myself. I think a lot of women in our community, they forget that. It's really not about being in a thong, because I have so many pictures in the same type of outfit that Lizzo's in that I wouldn't even put up because I'm so self-conscious about looking perfect. But yet here, and it's not about courage, because I have courage. I put out plenty of sexy photos. But it's like, I also know that it don't look good if I'm doing this. I mean, I know it. I know that people are looking at me, laughing at like my saggy ass, my hanging titties, my cellulite, fuck cellulite ass. Men love a cellulite ass, but they don't want cellulite thighs. They don't want skin hanging over the kneecaps. That's a fact. We definitely take more pride in our weaves than we do our body. And that was what I was trying to show you guys on this channel the first couple of, I could easily put in a wig. I just made this wig over the last 2 days. I literally made this out of some old hair, some old Indique hair that I had, which was some, some coarse like Indique hair that I just said, I'm going to stick this on. I made a beautiful U-part wig. And to be honest with you, but I felt comfortable until I made that. I went a whole month, guys, without any hair in. I put on a quick wig to go out for New Year's Eve, but aside from that, I pretty much went all month without any hair in because my body is more important than the hair on my head. I have to go to the gym. I went to the gym 3 times this week. When our bodies are in shape. I had the hair lady because I go to the African braiding lady to braid my hair because literally I can't braid as tight as her. So I went to her, she braided my hair so I can put my wig on, and she said, Jackie's sexy. And like, honestly, it wasn't even an attempt. It was just literally this outfit. It wasn't an attempt. It was just me pulling myself together better and not looking like a man out here and pulling up. Because she's used to seeing me sexy, so I wasn't going to come in there. Even if I had to get my hair braided, I need to look good. My outfit needs to look good. I walked by a set of old Black men, and they were talking about, trying to talk to me. They're like maybe 60, 55, 60, trying to talk to me. And then I had my headphones in, but I said, hello, have a good day. And then I guess that wasn't enough for one of the old niggas. And he says, then he says, you need to go get your hair done. So I turned around because I had my hair parted out here and then like a knot with a pin. And then I had the rest of my hair in another bun in the back. Like that's the way I wanted her to braid it and leave out the top. And then he basically says that to me. I turn around and then his friends see my face and they say, oh no, oh no, oh no. Don't say anything. Don't say anything, ma'am. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. But because they apologized, I didn't go as hard as I wanted to. I took my shades off and I looked at him plainly and quickly said to him, and you need to give me, and since it bothers you so much, you need to give me the money that is required to get my hair done. And then he said, and how much is that? And his arrogant friend decides to start pulling money out of the wallet, a bunch of $1. I said, my hair costs about $350 to $400. And that's actually a low price. If I had to go somewhere and get my hair for real done, like sewed in the way I like it, because I like a sew-in. I do like a wig as well, but even if I was getting a wig made, it would cost $300. That's the low. So it's like 36, 31. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like we can't. It's yeah, exactly. I'm not quite getting that comment, but I think I get, yep, in my teenage years and workout and eat well to maintain my 36, 20, 31, 38 figure. If not, lose a little. To be honest, my figure, yours, okay, should be the average for Black girl. And it is. We can't sit here and pretend that Lizzo is defining anything. That is my shape. My shape is, I'm about a 34, 35 up top. Okay. I wear 36 sometime in the bra, 34 sometime in the bra as well, depending how I feel. And same thing, my hips are about a 39, 40 naturally. And my waist is probably about a 28, 29. And to be honest with you, those are just my measurements. That's not anything that I've done in particular. And I feel like people want to be so exotic and they want to be so sexy. People like Lizzo, women like Lizzo want to be so exotic and they want to be so sexy. But the first thing you got to do is be healthy and actually look attractive. Before you start slapping and weave and talking about truth hurts and wearing your thong bathing suit that does not even fit you, there are skinny women that I know who can pull that thong suit off. There are thick girls with a nice body that I know that thong suit that was a hard look to achieve. I just want to say that the way that the suit is put together, the gold shit that she had on, the way it's put together, it's very difficult for anybody to pull that off. I literally have a photo when I was younger in a golden thing, and I look 10 times better than Lizzo, but I have it hidden on my Facebook. You know, because at the time, she can do whatever she wants, but I will. Can you hear me? Yes, it does feel good. But you want to know something else? Last night, I don't know if you saw the TikTok video that Lizzo made. Did you see the TikTok video? The TikTok video is pretty much Lizzo saying that I don't know, Lizzo, yeah. Okay, so last night she was doing a video that pretty much was like her simulating sucking a penis on TikTok. And immediately people from Dr. Boyce Watkins camp, Your Black World, people from all over were just commenting. And then when I saw the video wasn't even sexy. Like, you know how you expect her to be going over there simulating something and then you're going to get over there and then you're going to be like, damn, this is really salacious. But remember like how Drea was? Like she putting it to work? No, she wasn't putting anything to work. She was giving us absolutely no game but cornball. She was there as if she was going to have perform some kind of fellatio on this man, and literally never even, of course, because she's on TikTok. But my thing is, if you're going to go that far, then go the fucking whole way. What is the purpose of doing that just to play with our minds? That shows the insecurity. Because if you really wanted people to think that, you'd have had all his pants down and everything. She never really wanted us to think that she was sucking his privates. She wanted us to see her right before the Grammys. Like, look, it's me. Remember me? Hi, I'm Lizzo. I'm on your screen. Don't forget. It's true. I mean, go the whole way. It's like, what is the purpose? Listen, if you're going to be a bad girl, be a bad girl. Don't be a good girl in bad girl's clothing looking like a mammy, thinking you're accomplishing something. It's really it's comical. No one's looking at you. I mean, you know how you know no one's looking at Lizzo? I'll tell you how you know no one's looking at Lizzo. Joe Budden's podcast. Go watch that. All the women that men are looking at, their names get dropped on a regular on that podcast. So if you're into like the hip hop crowd and you're into like sexy young Black girls, sexy young Latinas and all that, all of the girls that these men are checking for get mentioned on that podcast. And when they mention Lizzo, they mention her as a doofus, as a cornball. They have no respect for her lyrical content. She says she's a singer, but she can't really blow. Most she can blow is into a flute. I'm sorry, but yelling at the top of your lungs, good as hell. That is not a hard song. That is an easy song, especially for Black girls that have huge diaphragms. We can sing even when we're not fat. So it's like, that was an easy. I literally have been hearing that song on commercials. Yeah, literally have been hearing that good as hell song for years. And this is not my first bout with Lizzo. The first time I saw Lizzo, she came across my timeline. Remember the weekend that XXXTentacion got decked in the face, like iced out ill on the stage? This is not when he passed away, but when he got iced out in San Diego on the stage. That same weekend, Lizzo was in JFK airport with her whole ass out and a black sheer cover up over it, as if she was some kind of like sexy Elvira. No, she looked crazy. And I thought, who the fuck is this? And I literally didn't even know or care that she was an artist. I just thought she was thirsty for attention. And here we are today. You're nominated for, I don't know how many Grammy nominations she has, nor do I care. But she literally is a fool. And she does not represent Black women. And I wish they would stop promoting her image, because her image is a disturbance to the work that's being done. How dare they? We just came out with 5 Black queens to take the titles of all beauty categories. And they have the nerve to, that's like, remember back in the Baywatch days when it was like Pamela Anderson and Denise Richards and all of these bad white women. And like, you didn't see them at the time that they were promoting those bad white women. You didn't see no Anna Nicole come through. We always talk about Anna Nicole as if she was a pinup, but she was not that sexy. She was kind of nasty. So to be honest with you, they wouldn't have promoted her image against Pamela Anderson's image. So it is so sad that we have to, as beautiful Black women, accept Lizzo. And tell your friends about this. Tell your friends about this channel and share me. First, I was behind the whole Lizzo big appreciation. Every woman should have a beauty idol that emulates in some way. But then she started acting out. I fell out. You fell out in laughter because she was a clown. You fell out in laughter because, honey, you can't possibly think for a minute that you look better than any of the Black women out here. I mean, they just posted up. Did you see that picture that Lori Harvey put on her Instagram with all the beautiful little Black girls now? They're all like 20. But they're all very pretty and they're all hanging out together. And, you know, Lizzo, she's closer to my age. And I feel like she literally is a disgrace for her age, for the way she carries herself. I'm not saying I don't, listen, if her ass was nice, she would get a pass. She really would. If you were pretty, because honestly, they say she's pretty, but she has an average face. She's not spectacular in the face either, guys. She's okay. Can we be honest? She's okay. She's a brown skinned girl. She's not a dark skinned girl. I'm a dark skinned girl. She's okay. She's not. She isn't. And that's why it's been taking so long for her. Whereas when I pop, it'll be quick. I'm not putting that much effort out because I know what this is about. The more beautiful you are, the quicker and easier it is to obtain your goals as a woman, any color. Once you realize that, I mean, you guys, you don't have to wear pink every day, but Nikki gave you, we Black women, we thought that we were above that until we had sexy come out in a sexy but not ratchet way and show us that, you know what, sexy is a tool to be used to get these millions. You mean Nicki? Beyonce has 17 Grammys. She might even have 20 by now. Beyonce. You mean Nicki? Beyonce has 17 Grammys. She might even have 20 by now. Beyonce has in digits Grammys. No way. Lizzo doesn't deserve a Grammy before Nicki. I went to the same high school as Nicki. Everyone in that high school is talented. I mean, have you heard of Wesley Snipes? Have you heard of Adrian Brody? Have you heard of Barbara Streisand? I mean, those are just a couple of the names. I mean, there are people that went to LaGuardia that I don't even know them and they're famous. It's definitely Nicki, because Nicki doesn't have a Grammy. Beyonce has over 15 Grammys, and she deserves them. But Nicki deserves at least 4 or 5 Grammys, in my opinion. They rode her hard. Every woman out here who has the fat ass that isn't a black girl, and in order to be a black girl, in my opinion, you got to be more than 33% black. Otherwise, you don't count. Because any woman who doesn't have more than 30% of that gene, which means at least one of your parents has to be more than half black, that literally means that you don't have the genes to have this fat ass. So she went out of her way to build and construct her body and promote and put on sexuality for black women. And instead, it was a tool to empower bitches like Kim and other women, who I love Kim, I really do, to empower other women to take our features and monopolize them and then reap all the benefits and the rewards. Because in my mind, a woman like Nicki should, really be married to a man like Kanye. They should really have been, I feel like the kings and the queens unite. And so I was really surprised when my girl is left standing over here trying to uplift somebody who has no business being in her life, all because this industry just wanted to take from her image without giving back. Everything that these women do, these colorful wigs and this pink and shit, you see, nobody could ever sit here and say that Jack, this black beauty, was ever emulating Nicki, because all I do is wear dark hair. And sometimes I wear a little copper hair. But to be honest with you, I didn't have to get my body done. It came like this. I didn't have to do anything. It came like this. I had the body before Nicki had the body. There was a time when we were embarrassed of our thick bodies. If you have a thick body and you grew up with one like me, I had one since I was 10 years old. I got my period at 10 and a half, 11 years old. I had one since I was 10 years old, a thick, voluptuous body. If you had one since you were a kid, there were times that you were embarrassed of that body because you want to wear the skinny jeans and you want to dress like the cool girls that are, and they have the skinny jeans and they have the black and they know what they're doing. And you can't fit any of the clothes because I remember, I'm from the Bronx. I live in Brooklyn, but I'm from the Bronx. And I remember when I had to go shopping, anytime I needed to buy jeans, I had to go to Fordham Road. And that's because Fordham Road had all the ratchet, stretchy jeans. The real jeans at Macy's and stuff didn't even have any stretch in them. So in a world where you have to really get into your size and there's no spandex for you, Lizzo would be lost. She would be in Mammy's clothes. She would be in your grandmother's clothes. She better be happy that she's in a Fashion Nova age where there's actually someone who can make clothes because they recognize the fact that by you just buying this item of clothing, you feel better. They sometimes hope that you just buying. Yeah, I wish and hope that these channels grow. I support everyone's channel. I watch Michaela, I watch Shira, but I'm my own woman. And the real reason why I say that is because a lot of these women, I think Shira is fire. How I feel is like I'm from New York, and there's just something that you cannot teach New York women. I am very feminine, but unfortunately, the definition of feminine here is very different from feminine over there. Unfortunately, the women who consider themselves to be so feminine in the heart of the South, they haven't even learned the tricks of the trade. There's just certain levels of money that these women online haven't even touched yet. And don't let my environment fool you guys. One thing about New Yorkers is that we keep gritty environments because it keeps us on our toes. and we don't worry about moving into a big mansion because there's not many big mansions out here. So when I'm sitting in my own business's studio where I make this, telling us how to behave, I take certain things with a grain of salt. I really do love the message that Shira gives. I think she's very positive, and I think that she's really a developmental part of my life because a lot of the things that she says it in a very succinct manner, in a way not to offend. But other women, they happen to believe that they're more important than they are, and the reality is, you couldn't hold a candle to me. You got 3 kids. You're 3 kids deep. You're 10 years my senior. Yeah, you might be brown, but so what? I'm brown too. My brown is better. And that's how I literally feel about some of these women who try to make women like us. Like, I was in someone's chat earlier this week, and I decided to unfollow this woman because she's an annoyance. I was in her chat earlier this week, and I realized, like, I actually don't even have time to be commenting in her chat, but I have to make a comment because what I realized is that you consistently talk down to women that are over 30. And honey, I am 33 years old and bad as fuck, and I didn't stop being bad as fuck for anybody. And there's nothing that some country bumpkin from the back of Houston could ever say to me to make me feel like she has the power, because if it weren't for me supporting you, you would never have shit. And the real reality is, I don't need YouTube to be a 6-figure bitch, regardless of how this room looks. I find it to be a joke. So I do support Shira. The other women, they have to go. And now, as I said, Shira is dope though. Literally, I put my girlfriend onto Shira last week because I've been watching Shira for over a year now, and literally everything that she says is golden. She literally has the handbook, and she doesn't come at you in an angry manner. I feel like other people that come at you angry is because they know they've wasted their lives. In a way, it's like Shira knows she's protected. So even if she wanted to freestyle, she could, but she's protected. She's in a marriage and it's locked down. And even if she wanted to step out, she would never sit here and glorify it, because you move in silence. You can make all the videos you want, but losing your marriage, I guess why not lose your marriage if it's garbage? So I don't really get to I've never been married and I've never had children, and it's not because I didn't want to have them, because that's another thing that women like to say around here. They like to say, oh, you're in your 30s and you didn't have children because you were stupid, and what are you waiting for, honey? And because, honey, in the South, it may work that way because, being an assistant is the best you could do. But when you have a real career, like when you live in New York and you have a career that could support you, 3 men and another family, because that's how much you make, you literally just don't have the time to even be on the trampoline at the rate that you might have been on the trampoline. Don't be upset, because my circumstances were better and I was born in a better place. And, I have family in the South as well, but they own homes and they're married. And, I won't, on YouTube, I will only support women that are positive. So for me, I have to stop supporting women who think that they're in any real position when they are just finessing to get their bodies done, finessing to get your breast job, finessing to. So back to what I was saying. Lizzo, Lizzo's a clown. She's one of the clowns that thinks that because she has a decent face, and she's kind of like the clowns on YouTube. She thinks because she has a decent face and she's a little brown skin, that she's going to have an opportunity above someone else, when in reality, no one likes the way she looks. She's a hot mess. No one really cares about her. And let's be honest, I don't give a damn if she's 31 or not. She's suffering. She's suffering, and it has nothing to do with money. Because you know what the money won't do? The money won't make anyone stick their penis in her. They don't want her. People will deal with Tiffany Haddish, an older Black woman with a bad body and who's a little bit foolish. They'll deal with her before they deal with a Lizzo. You could take Tiffany Haddish out, because even though she's a clown, because that's her job, you know what she does? She comes back with things like, have you read Powernomics? Do you know what group economics is? I don't really care about any woman on YouTube's opinion about how any woman should go. And why I say that is because you see, Shira, she gets it. She understands the reason why us women are trying to level up. We're trying to level up because we want to be taken care of. My 600-pound life better start making celebrity cam. Let me tell you something. This is there are a lot of people that so I don't even know what 600-pound life is. Is that a show? There are a lot of people out here who are lying to us just because it makes them feel better. And the more you believe it, and the more you believe it, and the more that you feed into it, they will continue to lie to us and continue to lie to us. And I don't want to be one of those women who is going to consistently lie to Black women and make them feel like, oh yeah, it's okay, it's okay. It's not okay. Let me tell you what's not okay. It's not okay that you're a Black woman and your Black son doesn't like Black women. You know what it shows? It actually doesn't show that your son wants to pick women that are like you. It actually shows that he wants to pick women that are not you. Because to be honest, you are a little bit ratchet. You are a little bit hood, okay? Because like you see the way she talks, I don't talk that way. And I've never spoken that way. It's entertaining. That's why we entertain it. But to be honest with you, your son would choose a woman like me before he would ever choose you. Because you are the ghetto and ratchet that he's running from, honey. You are his Black mother. You'll never be Spanish. So I'm more Spanish than her. I'm actually West Indian and yo hablo español también. So to be honest with you, I find it to be such a joke when women, like you could tell in the video that her feelings were even hurt that her son didn't want to engage with beautiful Black women. And then she said, well, it's because her son chooses women that are like him. No, he's choosing to run away from women like you. He's not choosing women like you. He's running from you. You're a Black woman. He sees you. He sees that you're Black. Oh yeah. What was your opinion on that video? I wish you could talk right now so I could hear you, because you clearly look like a beautiful Black woman to me. So I'm curious what your opinion was. And you know what I did? Rather than try to make her feel bad, because I know the opinions of a beautiful Black sister who is younger than you, who has more opportunity than you, will make you feel bad. So instead of me feeling bad, I fell back. I didn't say anything. I actually didn't make any comments until someone else made a comment. Then I replied to that comment and I said, well, they can't all be ghetto and ratchet. All the little Black girls at school can't be ghetto and ratchet. I wasn't ghetto and ratchet. My family's from Louisiana, but my grandmother moved up to the north in the 40s or 50s. And let me tell you something. She raised us right, all of us. She raised all her family right, and then they raised us right. So to be honest with you, even if there were problems in the family, even with the drug problems we had in my family, we always spoke properly. We always had a fear of God. We always knew how to treat men. Every woman in my family was married except my mother. She's a clown. My mother's a clown because she really was the last of 9 children, really coming up in the 80s when it was rocky. But everybody else, all my other aunts have been married. So to be honest with you, my grandmother was married forever. I was at my grandfather's funeral, a Vietnam veteran, where they folded his flag and shot shotguns in the air. So how dare these Southern bumpkins try to tell you guys that they're more American or more beautiful or more anything than any of us. Trust me. If it wasn't for us. And can I tell you, I manage an artist on another page. I actually have a record label. I manage an artist on another page. And let me tell you, I could easily put 3,000 views underneath any video I do. I won't do that to you guys on this page because we're not trying to push a product. We're trying to be honest. So I won't throw 3,000 views underneath my bullshit. What do they call that? Blog. So some of them get my support and other ones don't. And the real reality about that video is that video ties right back into the Lizzo discussion. Ask your son if he loves Lizzo. But you see, if I was hating on Lizzo, she would come on my page or she would comment about, well, a lot of you women hating on Lizzo and y'all would never see her money. Says who? The man I'm seeing right now makes over $400,000. I make great money. It's almost sad where these women, you can't let them have good opinions and high opinions of themselves. You can't. Why should I tear somebody down and make them feel less than? Yeah. Meanwhile, the woman who's doing that video was from an age where people were trying to emulate Little Kim. Must be why she has 3 children. She's so young, but she has three whole kids. Where are any of the baby daddies? Somebody should have been telling her, don't emulate Little Kim. Because she's a little older than me. And Little Kim is older than me by like 7 years, maybe 7 or 8 years. And when we were younger, we were a little bit too young to really imitate Little Kim, but because I was out here moving, I knew who Little Kim was. And all those girls were emulating Little Kim. And now they're emulating Cardi. You know what it is? It's young lost Black girls. When they talk about Black girl lost, young lost Black girls, a lot of them do emulate these stereotypes because that's all that's available to them. They don't have access to women like us. They don't have anyone who could share anything with them. They don't have anything to look up to but Megan. I think Megan Thee Stallion is very beautiful, by the way, actually, and very talented. But I also think that she is not the type of woman who's going to shuck and jive forever. You could look in her face and tell that she's already kind of tired of this. Yeah, and you want to know something else, baby? Let me tell you something about you being in high school. That doesn't bother me because I'm very secure in my sexuality and my femininity and my beauty. But that would bother a woman like that because she's already over the hurdle. She's already ripped up and stretched up from her children, honey. You know, so you understand what I'm saying? Because I know that there's a young man in your class that would look at me and think she's gorgeous, but might look at her and think she's stretched out and ripped up. So the real reality is that age hits everybody. So we got to stop making women feel bad about it. I'm going to be old too, but I'm not too old to have a baby or a family, you stupid bitch. Anyway. And I'm too good looking to argue with old has-beens. So it is what it is. And that's how I feel with Lizzo. I just feel like she is the type of woman who will say, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. And then when we start looking and commenting, now she's mad. But you told me to look. I don't have to like what I see. I don't have to like what I see, Lizzo. I'm sorry. What I see is unappealing and unattractive. I don't swing that way, but if I did, I would be mad. Even as a lesbian, I'd be like, why is she assaulting my eyes? I don't want to see her fat ass, and I don't want to see her crinkles. So I feel bad. I really feel bad that she is putting herself and projecting herself in a light that makes her look stupid, because no money can bring that back. Now, people say that she can get her body done. Yes, she can. But being a bad bitch, una mala puta, being that is, you know what it takes to be that? An attitude. An attitude that comes from being oppressed your whole life. The reason why, honestly, by high school, I already had this. Honestly, by middle school, I already had this attitude. Because after I went to an all-white school and had a bunch of young little white boys tell me I was okay looking, and I pretty much knew what that meant, that just gave me so much fire underneath my ass that made me want to be the best from when I was 11 years old. So that is something that cannot be stacked onto your ass with an ass shot. That is something that can't be BBL'd into your body. That attitude that Rihanna has, that most women who have pretty much been dogged and treated like shit, though they're goddesses, those types of women, that attitude is something that you cannot manufacture. And some women are just sour that they never had it. Because when you look at a woman who's in her 40s and she has 3 children, you were pick me and probably still are. And if it weren't for the women on here who desperately probably wanted to look like you because they look at you and think, oh, I want to be a cute brown woman from the South. They look at you and maybe envy your pretty face. The real reality is, yeah, no, forget them. A lot of women over there are in denial. Stay on Shira's page. The women over there know what time it is. Let me tell you something. If all you do is I actually got a little disgusted watching it. The first thing I thought, since she's come back from the new year, is I'm too pretty to watch her now. I've always been too pretty to watch her. I followed her on Instagram, and when she didn't follow me back, I literally looked at her like, are you crazy? I have like 30,000 followers. And I'm like a musician. And to be honest with you, you should be happy that women like me are trying to give you some validity. But to be honest with you, stay on YouTube. This is the best you're going to get. No one is looking for your 40-year-old ass with three children. But they're looking for me. I'm chocolate. They love chocolate these days. And I'm fresh and new. And I might not be in high school and I might not be 20 years old, but my womb is just like a 20-year-old. No abortions, no children. And everything is, the blood is flowing every month perfectly and on time, which means I can have a baby. And I'm not waiting for anything. I'm waiting for a man to put some respect on my name and give me a ring, not to put 3 children in me. Sorry. But they can thank themselves for my mentality. And, you know, that's what I think, unfortunately, a lot of women never wanted us dark-skinned women to be in this position where we could stunt on them, because a lot of them were mad that, you know, they knew we had the bodies, they knew we had the faces and the skin tone to be considered a Black queen, but we had for so long such low self-esteem. And now that the self-esteem is through the roof, because for years I got called cocky, my self-esteem's always been high. But now that everyone else is finally on the wave, we can really get to it now. We can show you what competition looks like. So when we deal with Lizzo, there's actually no room for her. There's no room for women like her, because literally there's no room. She can't even fit on the cabana. Well, you know what it is? You just really have to go in there under the bottom, and this is where the shape is created. And then you go with the pencil. So you should be all right. If you're in high school, what I want to tell you is this. When I was in high school, I always had an older man doing things for me. Now, older in high school for me was this. I was 16, he was 20. He wasn't even 21 yet, but he had his own car. He took me places. I say stay with the guy who's in between that 4 to 5 year range difference with you, someone who can empower you and who might value you. But then be careful. A lot of women are getting snatched up out here. Just another girl went missing from around my way. Young girl, 11 years old. Then you know what? Another girl in the Bronx just went missing, probably about 19 or 20 from the gym. They see that they've always wanted, they've been taking us for years, but no one's been noticing. And what I'm saying is that they keep taking us off the streets, you know, like garbage almost, picking us off the street, like, ooh, look at that empty bag of chips. And to be honest with you, that doesn't benefit us anymore. We have to really speak up for the little girls that are going missing every day, the young Black and Spanish girls going missing every day, and the brown girls and the Asian girls especially, because that's happening a lot with them as well. We have to really speak up for the women, because while we're sitting here wasting our time talking about fat ass Lizzo, someone's daughter is being pulled off the street and into some sort of prostitution ring. Yet we're spending all our time analyzing a woman who's getting paid to have self-doubt and lack of confidence. I don't understand. Why are they paying her? She doesn't inspire anybody but old white. Yeah, you know why it's a sex trade capital? Because every day people are walking around and can see your little girl wearing her Fashion Nova every day. See, in Cali, it's different because people really, you don't see people a lot. You really have to drive to get to people. In Florida, there's a lot of driving, but there's also a lot of hoods where people do some walking. In New York, it's different because people are too busy out here to even worry about your daughter. Like, as hard as this man had to work, he does not want your daughter. He's pretty much going to find an experienced hoe that he could pay and really enjoy himself with. So I find a lot of those crimes don't necessarily happen that much up here. There's a lot of buying prostitutes, but prostitutes are of age because men don't even have time to be carried away with the little girls up here. But when you're in a place like Florida and Texas and these warm climates where little girls are walking around sexy and beautiful and they're driving cars at 16 and you can't stop it. Hey, Capra. What's up, girl? Guys, I'm drinking apple juice with water. It's too early to get, saucy. I am going to come back later. Hey, Capra, have you seen that video of Lizzo? Have you seen Lizzo trying to deep throat on TikTok? Because, last night she put that up, and isn't it Grammy weekend? Yeah, girl. Ooh. The thing about me is it's very hard for a stalker and me because I'm kind of hardcore. And I knows how to fight. And I knows how to you feel me? I knows how to defend myself. So it's very hard. And also I know because when I was much younger, I did date someone who was kind of like, he was a pimp. He tried to say he was a pimp, but he really wasn't. He was just moving a couple women. And one thing I realized is that they really do prey on people that are susceptible mentally, because when you are walking down that street, heels clicking and ass just banging to the ground, here I come, no nigga's ever going to take you off the street. He would be scared. The kind of attention that you garner because your confidence is through the roof, he would never approach you. The one time that I had someone ever try to really approach me on that in high school was a person I ended up dating. But I was a young girl, not sure of myself. And even after a while, he couldn't manipulate me, So it's like he tried, but it wasn't possible because of the strength that had been put into me from other strong Black women in my family. Oh, yeah. Once you have that confidence, you're not getting snatched. I mean, I know little girls, little ones that would never get snatched up. Less than 100-pound girls that walk down the block. Hey, Cindy, excuse me, I gotta go. Cindy's out. Cindy has a job. Cindy has things to do, and she doesn't have time to even talk to you long enough for you to grab her and put her in a van. Cindy's busy. So that's really what it is. In the South, it's like mom's at work, dad's at work, little girl's in the house. Maybe they know she's there by herself. She comes in the backyard. Next thing you know, there's 4 niggas in the backyard. You're like, I don't know what the real scenarios are and what the real stories are. I wish we could interview some of these girls so they could tell us exactly how they were approached, because a lot of it is not snatching. A lot of it is dangling the carrot. A lot of it is kind of like what R. Kelly did. A lot of it is kind of like what my ex-boyfriend tried to do when I was younger. In the beginning, he tried to seduce me into selling myself or whatever. I was like 16. But then he realized it couldn't work. And then he ended up just taking care of me. But I got to watch him try to take advantage of other women. I was young and just learning and just observing how men get down. And I realized that men will take advantage of you if you allow yourself to be taken advantage of. They will humiliate yourself they will humiliate you if you put yourself in a position to be humiliated. They will sell you when you put yourself in a position to be sold. And the minute that you clap back, most of them are going to back down. And it's the only ones you have to be worried about are the ones that go harder. There are some men out here that if a young girl tries to fight him, he might not. I try to get away. You know, there are a lot of young girls out here. Online men, we might meet. They call online BFT. Exactly. There are online men who they're not even. Oh, did I tell you guys? There was a time where I met this guy a couple years. I don't know if you guys remember OK Cupid. This was years ago. I was super young, hanging out. I'm in Brooklyn. I go to this place in Williamsburg to meet this guy. He's supposed to look one way. I get in there, and he's like, "Oh, are you such and such?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, it's me." And he texts me from that OK Cupid app. And I looked at him and I said, "Excuse me, I have to leave." He said, "Oh no, don't leave." I said, "Why? You're a completely different person." And I sat down and I spoke to him because what I realized was that, number one, we were in a public place in a bar, so I was safe and close to home. Not close enough for him to follow me, close enough that I could get home quickly and I know the route. Number two, he looked harmless. He pretty much looked like he just wanted to be loved, and I felt bad for him. Number three, he knew he wasn't going to get any sex, and he wasn't planning on it. He came out there to see if I would entertain him as an ugly man. So I sat there, and rather than leaving, I made him buy me 2 drinks, made by the bartender, of course. And I don't even know if I had both of them. I probably had like one and then left the rest of the other. And then I pretty much sat there and asked him why he did it. And he said, "Well, look at me. I didn't think that you would want to, or anyone really." And I said, "Well, of course they're not when they meet you, because number one, you know how you look. So why even try to lie to people? It would be one thing if you looked a certain way, but then when a person came, they found that you were a little heavier, but it was the same person. Or they found that maybe you look better in the picture, but things have changed. And so you look a little funny, but you're the same person. You're a little older. You're a whole fake person." So to me, once that happened, and that was all before Tinder and all before all that bullshit. So once that happened, I pretty much gave up on online dating because I realized that a lot of people on there are very insecure. Because if they were secure, they would step out into these streets like you and me, us beautiful women. We don't have to do that. We go out in the bar. Everyone in the bar talks to us. The bartender. I might make the bartender think that she likes women. That's how much, literally, that has happened to me before. That happened to me in a place out in Park Slope. The girl said, "Wow, you are so gorgeous." And I was like, "Oh, you're so," and I'm not into women. But the point is, you understand what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to basically tell you guys that these online relationships, they're not going to get you to a place where you can be confident about yourself. They're going to tear you down. And I suspect women like Lizzo have had many an online relationship. She's perfect for the online community. A girl who is cute in the face, but you really don't see much of her body. And you get to her house, she's a little fluffy, but you still fuck her anyway because she's got soft skin because she's still young enough. And it's like, wow. So the online dating thing is a no. The TikTok video that she did, guys, I mean, I wish I could have a course and sit down with like 100 beautiful young Black girls under 21 and explain to them the messaging and the reason and rationale. And I feel that in 2020, I probably wouldn't even have to explain it because they're making the women more intelligent than they made us. So at the end of the day, the young girls are looking at Lizzo crazy because number one, you're not even in the median age. You're not even in the range really anymore. We're older. So to be an older star, you need to come out swinging like how she did musically. You need to come out swinging, but then you also need to come out full package. And she dropped the ball on a lot of the package. She dropped the ball on the physical. She dropped the ball on the emotional. She dropped the ball on the intelligence. I thought she was way more smart, but it turns out she could just play the flute, and that's all she can do. She can't really even twerk that well. She can't do anything but play the flute and sing a couple high notes that make her sound like Patti LaBelle. I would rather hear Patti LaBelle sound like Patti LaBelle. She should have sold that song to Patti LaBelle and wrote something popping for us young women and got her ass in the gym. So Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I went back to that shitty Dove. That's why you can see all that white shit. You see what I'm saying? I had the spray for a long time, but they didn't have the spray where the fuck I went. I went to Family Dollar and they ran out of the spray and I needed some. I'll get the spray in another week. What we need is a natural spray. I'm gonna get the natural deodorant from do you guys watch Tasha K? Isn't she fabulous? Well, the company that she promotes, they have a good natural deodorant that I heard was good. And I'm gonna go and get that. The coconut one. What do you guys think of this hair? How do you like it? What do you think? It's just some old and deep hair. I made a quick wig and snapped it on a U-part wig. And it pretty much just looks like a longer extension of my actual hair. So literally my bosses, when they see me, and I don't work right now, when they see me, they literally say like, oh, she has extensions because it looks like an extension of my hair. We have to get back to the part where we're wearing styles that look like they could be ours. I don't want women to look at me and men to look at me and know I have a wig on. Most men never know I have a wig on. Even the Africans. Like one of my friends, he's African, he's young, he's really sexy. And he always said to me, I used to have the biggest crush on you. And then he's still he's like 23 now. And he literally said to me, like, yes, if you like a kinky wig, that's great. I have a preference of pressed out look, because that's how I wear my actual hair. Like you saw the other videos, even my real hair, I press it out. And I do wear it curly sometimes, but I pretty much press it out because it becomes a habit getting out of the shower. And it's like, but I do like to leave it in the fro when I can. Where are you guys from? Are you from New York? Where are you from? Kepra, where are you from? Lady Jade, where are you from? Where are all my people from? Kepra, follow me. Make sure you follow and send to your friends as well. I'm trying to, by the end of this month, which is literally in a couple of days, I'm trying to have so many more followers. I have like 6 days left. I really haven't been on here just because I'm so busy. But yeah, help me drive this channel, guys. Ooh, Southern Florida, sweet. Oh yeah, well, that makes sense why you were saying what you were saying. How do you find? I see why you wear the kinky and the curly. Ooh, South Carolina. My friend's family is from Beaufort, and sometimes this is one of my tightest friends. He's like my brother. We go down there and we just chill out down in South Carolina. So I do like South Carolina. I like Florida as well. I understand why you wear the kinky and curly because guess what? It be hot in Florida and humid, so you can't even keep it straight. But that's the look for Florida also. It's like the wavy, what. Out here, it's New York. It's business. It's flat black. I look like a New Yorker. I wear black. My hair is black. I'm black, and I'm spicy. New York is like a cup of black coffee. I'm the cup of black coffee. So that's literally how it is around here. Like, this is the look. The look. Because even when you see the young Spanish girls and starlets and shit like that in New York and stripping, and you see the girl at the office and you see the girl who worked in the train, we all look the same. We all have the same black, dark hair, Oh no, girl. Yeah. Don't you waste your edges and your time in Florida pressing out nothing. But they can do those silk. I get silk presses, but even silk press doesn't last after 3 or 4 days of humidity, especially if you work out. You said you're in high school, and I'm imagining that you're pretty active. So no way. You gotta put that bitch away. You either put it away or you rack it natural and don't press it. That's why the curly and the kinky is cool, because you could rock your natural in the middle as if you're rocking your natural hair. Exactly. Ooh, I love to lift some weights. What are your favorite exercises? See, since we're talking about Lizzo, here we are, a couple of women here just talking on YouTube, having a good old time, and we're talking about working out and taking care of ourselves. I mean, how hard could it be? How hard could it be to just work out a little bit and take care of yourself? I know it's hard to get started, all right? But how hard could it be? Look at me, I work out. I'm not a Rosa Acosta. I'm not a Britney babe. But I work out a lot, enough to keep myself looking right. Deadlift easy and great result. Oh yeah, you know what I like? I like the trap bar, like the deadlift with the trap bar. But there's no trap bar at my gym right now. But you know, like the trap, it's like that weird shape, and then you pick it up on the sides and you put the weights on it. I like that with no weight or with 25 on each side. What is another good exercise? I love to do planks. I feel like my stomach got so much better just doing planks. The planks have been what's pulled my stomach in. And I still have a little tum-tum. There was a time where I actually had paid to get surgery and couldn't go through with it. In 2015, I had paid for the full thing, and I couldn't go through with it because I was so sick right before the surgery. It was like I had gotten sick on Halloween. My surgery was like November 4th or 5th, and I literally couldn't make it down to Miami. And so I decided to just invest in my body. And I feel like I did a good job, guys. Like I was never big. And so, you know, like I feel like I was never big. So I just don't go too hard about it, you know? Yeah, lots of clothes, fucking shirt. That deodorant is pissing me off. See? Deodorant's pissing me off right now. See? Now I tie this. Yes, belly dancing is nice. Yes. Yes. Aerobic exercises are nice because it makes you feel good after as well. But you know what I did read some years ago? You know, you can have an aerobic exercise by pumping weights. As long as you do a circuit and you do it fast, you can achieve aerobic results. So aerobic and anaerobic are two categories where one is producing high levels of oxygen in your lungs, I believe, and the other one is not. So they say when you're pressing weights, you can't get to an aerobic state, but I have gotten to an aerobic state. So belly dancing is fire. Ooh. Belly dancing. Let's talk about belly dancing is fire. Guys, I'm going to come right back because I want to do another video, but I want to do it on a different topic, kind of. You know what? Let's stay over here. Forget it. Let's stay over here. We gonna yes, it's so womanly. Belly dancing is womanly, and there was a girl for the holiday party that they hired. I guess she must have been some sort of Albanian or something, and she was dancing and doing the belly dance and the most beautiful. And you know what? I will put it up. I actually have a video and I'll share it because I thought she was just so nice and so pretty. She looked good, and you know, she was doing it. And I'm gonna put up that video because you know she really looked phenomenal, and just the ultimate femininity that came with it. And we just have to continue to push the envelope on femininity. You guys are younger than me, but what do you find are some of the most difficult parts of dating now? Because I'm dating, but I'm dating older men who are more established. So I'm in a different situation than you guys. But what do you find are some of the difficulties in dating now? It seems like dating has become almost like a game of you know, check the box, and it's kind of like a multiple choice in a way, where there's so many options, but you pretty much have to select the right options to get ultimate happiness, which is like passing your exam. So to get 65 and above or 75 and above, you pretty much need to check off 70% B's or A's or whatever the case is. And I feel like a lot of people are not checking off the right boxes, which is why they're failing the exam of life. That's what I equate it to. But tell me if I'm wrong. Do you feel like it's a multiple choice exam, dating nowadays? Because it really does look that way to me. It looks like women are out here just taking exams for men, and it should be the other way around. I don't know if you guys have seen my other videos, but I was right. Remember when I mentioned that boy probably has a white child or a half white child or a half Spanish child or whatever? And he does. And yeah, they're into the look. Oh no, ride or die mentality was there when I was young too, and I didn't fuck with it, and I still don't. We don't ride, we don't die, we get driven. Yeah. So basically, what I'm trying to say is like, this guy, I knew he would have a white child, and so he does. But the thing is, now he knows that I know, and because he showed me, and once he sent me that confirmation that he had a white child, which is by picture of his kid, him and his kid, and I didn't respond right away, and I just said okay. He just stories, and the thing about the stories is that they make me laugh because it's like, and then he just needs to. So really, one of the things we have to do to level up is we have to snatch it away from them. We give it to them and then we snatch it away from them. Because I made it seem like I was much easier to be attained, but now that I know he has a half-white baby and I've worked out how much child support this woman gets, I pretty much have no sympathy for him, which means you'll have to do anything I say to be in my life. It's so crazy because it's like, you know what? Why don't we, it's so crazy because it's like, you know what? Why don't we have a little, let's, I just sent him a text message. Let's see what happens. Men are very visual. A lot of the times they see us and they like our look, but they don't want to deal with us. So if they could have, so in their minds, if they could have a woman who looks and embodies us and tries to look like us and tries to steal our beauty, and they get treated better, that's a win-win until they get taken for child support. So this guy, turns out the girl is, I do wish courtship was valued a little more in modern dating, not Netflix onto the next chick. Okay, Netflix and chill has been around since forever, since before Netflix. I mean, literally. There was the Blockbuster. We used to go and get videos. There was when Netflix had the discs. We had Netflix and chill with the DVDs. Netflix and chill has been around forever. And the word dignity and integrity, those have been around forever as well. Meaning, if you get to his house and you could watch 3 movies, and if you don't want to have sex with him, you're not going to have sex with him. That's the life we live now as beautiful Black women. We don't feel pressure to prove anything to these men because we know either he's not choosing us. If he does, he's going to subjugate us. And even if he treats us like queens, we're going to have to hold him accountable because he will step out. So to be honest with you, hey, Bobby Flex a lot. To be honest with you, doesn't matter what we do. So why even sleep with him to begin with? Even if you sleep with him to begin with, it's not going to stop him from sleeping with the white girl down the block or the Spanish girl in the class, because according to certain people's sons, those women are more attracted to them anyway. So once they come to you and they think that you're Meg the Stallion, or they think that you're JT from the City Girls, or whatever they think, if they think any of those things in the beginning, there is nothing that having sex with him will do to change his opinion. That's in high school, that's in college, that's as a grown-ass woman and as a senior. He has a perceived notion of you, so either you play up that notion or you play it down and stop talking to him. Because what I realized about this guy is that he really, really likes the fact that I work and I'm a hardworking woman, but what he doesn't realize is that I'm not that woman anymore. I'm not Barbara the Builder anymore. I literally was that years ago, but thank God I never had a baby with a man. I didn't give him too much time. I will build with a man, but I go fast. I have a very limited attention span. So if at 5 and 6 months you're not accomplishing what you say you're going to do, and I don't even give them that long, 3 months. If you're not accomplishing things in 3 months, sorry, I'm busy. So this is a man that I dated years ago, and he really still likes me a lot, but he kind of thinks that I'll always be there, even though I hadn't spoken to him for 10 years. And that's mostly because he thought he had access to me because I never blocked him on Facebook. There was no reason. We never had a bad situation. He took me to the Four Seasons. He took me out to Sofrito. He took me to really great restaurants and took me out. But he knew that I wasn't going to just sleep with him. And so now that I've reached out to him, because I'm all about having this man take care of me. He's about 15 years older than me. I think sometimes the little things I do, he brushes them off, even if I get offended. So even me getting offended about his child being of another race, he finds it cute. That's why he says to me, he disliked a comment I said earlier today, which was like, I said, yeah, I want someone that thinks I'm good enough to spend time with. Then he says, that's not true. And he just liked that comment after I sent a couple pictures and just let him know, and a couple cute voice messages, because I wanted him to understand, like, all right, if crazy is what you like, because it seems like over the last couple of weeks, he's been trying to spend time with me, but because he's moved out the condo and all this stuff and he wants to spend time with me, but he can't get to it because he doesn't feel the urgency. And why doesn't he feel the urgency? Because he hasn't seen me in 10 years. So either he thinks I look just like how I looked back then, which was I looked just like this, but I was just younger and more reserved. Now I'm way sexier. So my thing is like, he has to see me to feel the full effects of my queen reign. He has to understand and feel the full energy, and he'll never feel the full energy if I don't dangle some carrots. So I decided that I was going to dangle a couple of carrots in front of him. What do y'all think about that carrot? I dangled that carrot in front of him, and trust me, he's all over the text messages because he knows that even the Armenian woman that had his child couldn't hold a candle to that. So I'm going to play him like a fiddle, because what I realize is that he's already gotten everything he wanted. He got his half-white baby. He has his career. He's in a great place. And now he wants a sex pot, and he wants a cute little black sex pot. He wants a cute little, you know what? I'm not going to say Insta bodies could never, because Insta bodies do a whole lot of things. But let me tell you something about Insta bodies. They don't translate to the bedroom. Asses don't jiggle, titties don't bounce. And what I realized is that men love bouncing ass and bouncing breasts. And you can't have that when you're sticking it in and it's silicone. Just can't. You just can't. What do you mean by sugar baby? We can't be sugar babies. We are women. We are just well-kempt women. I think that's the actual terminology. We are well-kempt women. Well-kempt women take good care of themselves. That way, when it's time for you to do it for us, we have a very high expectation of you. So let me give you an example, because on this channel, I won't shit on every man that comes in this chat, but I will say this, because I don't hate men. I actually love men. Men are great. But I'll say this. Um, there is no way there's no way that a woman who spends 4 or 5 hours in the salon on Saturday after she's worked 40 to 50 hours all week at her high power job, or maybe the job's not even high powered. Maybe she's an assistant at a hair salon. Who cares? She had to work. There's no way that she goes out and prepares herself for a date and spends $300 or $400 on her look, which is like, let me get my hair done. And not every time you get your hair done is $400. I understand that. But let's say I don't have a weave in and I'm getting my hair done. My hair is $400, $500. Then I got to get my shoes on. Maybe my shoe heel needs to be fixed. I need to go get my shoe heels fixed. That might cost me some bread. I have to wear a dress that, hasn't been seen. That dress is probably, not super cheap because I'm not wearing Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova is nice, but not for every occasion. Some of the Fashion Nova dresses are cute, but if you sit down the wrong way, you might rip a seam. So most people that are going on a date with a man they're trying to impress is wearing something of quality, and so that's costing real money. So if you wear a nice outfit from BB or something, remember BB? If you wear a nice outfit from BB and you wear a nice pair of Louboutins and then you got your hair done, well, then you're over $1,000 in worth. Why should a man come out and entertain you with anything less than what you have on your body? And that is literally my law. Especially in the beginning. I mean, like in the very beginning. Because obviously not every date's going to be $1,000. But the very first couple of dates, they need to be buco bread. They need to add, the first 2 and 3 dates need to add up to what is on your body. Yeah, that's what I mean. When I say BB, that's exactly what I mean. BB used to have nice tailored dresses to your body. But you can get that anywhere. You could literally get that in Macy's, in any of the designer sections. You could literally get that at Pretty Little Thing. You could get, Sephora makeup is the number one. The number one thing that every woman needs to have on her face is makeup. See, I don't even have much makeup on, but I do have some on. This is considered no makeup, what I have on. And I'm not a big contour, that's white girl shit. I do some highlight. I don't have any on today. Sometimes I put a little shiny powder on, give me a little highlight. The sun wasn't outside and do it, but it looks like the sun is hitting right now. So maybe I'll go put some shimmer on for you guys and I'll be right back so we can talk some shit. I'll be right back. All right, guys. Every now and then I might put a little shimmer on. I didn't even OD with it. I just put a little something to catch the light. But to be honest with you, it's like, exactly. It wasn't about being insecure because what happens is you put on, especially when you're young, when you're that age. I have pictures of me when I was that age, just experimenting with makeup and just buying my first couple things at Sephora and not really knowing how to work it, but just knowing how to look decent. And that's the thing when you're young, you're going to make mistakes. I don't know how old you are. You said you're in high school. By the time you're 21, 22, your makeup going to be on point. You have to start somewhere. The only thing a lot of us, honestly, my makeup, I had no makeup until one day my girlfriend, I was going out and she's like, girl, you don't wear makeup? I was like, girl, I don't need it. She's like, none of us do. We're all young, but at the same time, we want to look. And it really hit me because she wasn't insulting me. I never felt like I needed makeup, but I did wear it sometimes. So when she hit me with that, because I used to come out with no makeup and I have dark circles underneath. I have like a very dark eye, like raccoon eye. So it's like she would hit me, and that's just natural. That's with my pigmentation and everything like that. It has nothing to do with sleep deprivation or anything. I don't have bags. I just have the dark circles that comes with being a Black woman. I wish people would stop trying to cover up everything that is beautiful. Deep set eyes are beautiful. Sometimes I hate the concealer because it's too flat and it makes me look, but the deep set eyes are actually what makes women like Ethiopians, Eritreans, and Sudanese and Somali women look so beautiful. That's the thing that makes them look so beautiful, and that's our DNA. So we don't want to mute that DNA all the time. I just do it sometimes, but I have pulled back on the level of concealer I use as well. But keep using your makeup. I'm older, and so it's different. I've had a lot of fun with makeup, and so I'm pulling back with it, but I'm not a big pasted on type. Sometimes I think the darker you are, the more drag queeny that looks. So if you can pull it up, if you can pull it off, pull it off. But if you start to suspect that you look drag queen like, and people look at you and they don't recognize you, that means you're wearing too much makeup. Don't let your mother be the judge, though. You know who you let be the judge? One of your good homeboys, one that's liked you from back in the day. Ask him what he thinks of your makeup, and he'll tell you. Exactly. I am 25. So it's like, I tell you, it's crazy. And that's the thing. It's like, you want to be able to wear your makeup, but you don't want it to, you actually don't want your makeup to make you look more old as well. You can look super old with the wrong makeup. So please don't do that. Don't keep looking old by putting on pasty makeup. Like back in the day, there weren't that many shades for us. So even though there was some foundation and stuff, there were setting powders that were chalky. So look, now there's better setting powder. I use an Iman setting powder in clay medium, clay medium, earth medium clay. It's like literally in the middle. It's like a reddish brown. That's my color. Yeah, slanted and deep sets. That's what men like. You know why men like a deep set eyes? Deep set eyes are very sexy, mysterious, and very they're very like old world. They come from ancient cultures. Like when you look at beautiful women from before, they all have that deep set eye. That's a very beautiful characteristic that's been around in terms of every culture loves that. Every culture loves that, even Asians. They love that deep set eye. That's why you'll find a lot of, I will find, that's why I have found a lot of phenotypical Asians that will marry Indians, even though that Indian does not necessarily look like them, because they want to have the deep set eyes. I did speak on Lizzo. What do you want to speak about? I mean, I have my opinions. My opinion is let her do what she wants, but don't expect our support. She has to be supported by someone else's community, because as a Black woman, she is tearing down our image and making us look like fools. But what are your thoughts? Oh yeah, the lashes. Yes, I sometimes okay, that's a funny, very funny that you brought that up. I was literally doing my hair this morning and I started putting on individual lashes, and that shit was getting so annoying because I really can't do the tiny individual. I like the clusters, they're good. But I don't even do my lashes much because I just had my lashes done for New Year's. My girlfriend did them for free, and I literally pull them off because it bothers me so much. I put oil, shea butter, and different oils on my lids and just start sliding them off. And it was so hard because that glue was so hard. So today when I tried to put it and it didn't work after 2 or 3 tries, like I got like 1 or 2 lashes on individual, I just gave up because, and then I had a strip lash and I thought these lashes look too ratchet for this weekend. This weekend is supposed to be a chill weekend. I may see my boy. I might go on this date, but there's no guarantee. But I do know I have an interview on Monday. So if I put these lashes on with this very strong glue, there's no way I'll be able to take them off in time for my interview on Monday, and I'm going to look like a clown. And what I don't want to do is look like a clown. So, it's crazy. Girls in school are more so concerned with getting pregnant nowadays. I mean, do they want to learn? Anyway, guys, it's been a really, exactly. If you have beautiful eyes, lashes can sometimes take away from that. Like these big ass lashes that I found in my makeup box, I literally don't even need them because they're so, when I put them over my eye, like when you take them off the thing and you just put them to see, they were so black and tarantula-like that they would take away from my beautiful face. And so this mascara is actually two different mascaras. It's the Sephora mascara with the really tiny little brush that really gets every lash. And then on top of it, it's the bigger, thicker, bolder mascara. So my lashes are long enough to wear mascara and to still be impressive. And so that's good enough. Exactly. We can still impress without tacking on all of that tarantula looking shit on our face and thinking we look good. Let the clowns stick to those costumes. Clowns tend to love costumes. So let them put on the costumes and we could just enjoy them. Those lashes are made for them. Maybe if I was doing a show, I'd put one on. Pregnant comment doesn't apply to you, but it applies to a lot of women. I'm from New York, and these women out here, a lot of them I'm from the Bronx, and so I'm just speaking about certain women who are more so trying to entertain the idea of motherhood than entertain the idea of getting this money. Now, if your friends are different, then you're in a lucky circle. But that's the right time to have the baby. Mid to late 20s, if not 30s. Sex education is big, at least in my friend group. Look, you're lucky. Because most of the time, most friend groups don't wait too late. Because that was what they did with us. What they did, I'm millennial. What they did with us is they had us think that we were going to work forever. And now there's so many of us lonely and don't have children. I'm not saying don't have children and to wait late. I'm saying have children with the right person. And if you're going to be concerned with having children, make sure that it's somebody that you won't regret. And just know it's somebody that you're going to have to see for the rest of your life, probably, because they're your baby's father. That was one of the things that stopped me. It wasn't an age thing. It wasn't a going to work thing. Because I could have done work. That's what stops me. It's not an age thing, really. It's not a work thing, really, because there are plenty of women who work. Really what it is never liking anyone enough to have their baby. And then the one person I did like, my fiance, he passed away. And so now. Anyway, guys, let me get off of this. I have to go see my grandmother, and I will be back. Oh, no, we won't speak of anything that does happen to Snapchat. Listen, I don't know about Snapchat because last time I checked, Rihanna said that was done, so I deleted my Snapchat. I wasn't interested. We will speak on that when I come back because honestly, I'm down to speak on anything. We're not gonna play games on this channel. We're going to talk about real things around here. So, Lizzo, go lose some weight or cover your fucking body. Nobody wants to see it. And women, just have more confidence in yourself. Bye, Capra. Bye, Lady Jade. Bye, Bobby Flex a lot. I love y'all. I really enjoyed y'all today. And share, like that video, share, and subscribe. Okay, guys, I will be back. Peace. A Black Beauty is out. Bye.